Olivia Mitchell didn't look like she belonged in a NATO training camp. She stepped into the yard with a faded t-shirt, a frayed backpack, and boots that had seen more roads than rest. Her hair was tied low, her face bare, no makeup, no pretense. She looked like a supply clerk who took a wrong turn and wandered into the lion's den. The recruits noticed immediately. A few snickers rippled through the crowd. "Army takes charity cases now," someone muttered. Another voice chimed in, laughing. "Guess they're filling gender quotas." Olivia didn't flinch. She stood at the edge of the group, hands in her pockets, eyes steady as if she was listening to something far away. Captain Harrow, the instructor, was a wall of a man with a bark that could shatter glass. He scanned the rows, his gaze stopping on her. "You," he bellowed, "what's your deal? You get lost on your way to the supply tent." The laughter grew, but Olivia's voice, calm and level, cut through it. "I'm a cadet, sir." Harrow stared for a beat, snorted, then waved her into line. "Fine, try not to slow the real soldiers down." The first day hit like a hammer. Push-ups until arms trembled. Sprints across the scorching yard. Burpees in dirt that clung to sweat. Olivia moved quietly, keeping pace, breathing steady. But her gear told a different story, boots held by fraying laces, a shirt faded to near grey, a backpack with one strap threatening to give out. Lance, the golden boy of the group, broad shoulders, buzz cut, a smirk that came too easy, jogged up beside her during a run. "Yo, thrift store," he called, loud enough for the whole line. "Your shoes giving up, or is that just you?" The laughter rolled again. Olivia said nothing. She knelt, retied her laces with careful, practiced fingers, then stood and kept running. Lance bumped her shoulder hard as he passed. She stumbled, mud splashing up her arms, knees sinking into the earth. The recruits howled. She rose, brushed off the dirt, and kept moving, silent, unshaken. That silence unnerved them. At meals, she sat alone in the far corner of the mess hall, eating slowly, methodically. The room buzzed with stories and swagger, voices trying to outshout each other. Derek, loud, lean, cocky, spotted her and strutted over, tray clattering against the table. "Yo, lost girl," he sneered. "This ain't a soup kitchen. You sure you're not here to wash dishes?" He flicked her tray, splattering mashed potatoes across her shirt. Laughter erupted again. Olivia didn't react. She wiped the mess with a napkin, eyes on her plate, and kept eating. The humiliation bounced off her like bullets against armor. When Tara, sharp-featured, blonde, the kind of woman used to leading from the front, tried to corner her during a break, she came armed with fake curiosity. "So where'd you crawl out of, Olivia? Win a contest to be here, or is this some pity placement?" Olivia's eyes lifted, calm and flat. "I applied," she said, "and I was accepted." Tara forced a laugh. "You don't exactly scream soldier material." "I'm not here to scream," Olivia said quietly. "I'm here to train." The words hit harder than any shout. Tara turned away, face tight, muttering weirdo under her breath. The drills only got harsher. In the navigation test, cadets had to cross a dense forest ridge with a map and compass. Olivia moved alone, steps quiet, compass steady. Kyle, another loudmouth chasing Lance's approval, spotted her. "Hey, Dora the Explorer," he called. "You lost already." He snatched her map, tore it in half, and tossed it into the wind. The group roared. Olivia watched the scraps drift away, then looked at Kyle, voice low and even. "Hopes you know your way back." And she walked off, no anger, no fear, just purpose. That night, the rifle disassembly test silenced the whispers. Cadets fumbled with pins and bolts, cursing the clock. Lance finished in 1 minute 43 seconds and grinned. Tara scraped by, barely under time. Then Olivia stepped up. Her hands moved like water, calm, precise, memorized. 52 seconds, perfect reassembly. The sergeant stared at the timer. "Where'd you learn that?" "Practice," Olivia answered. But the instructors exchanged glances. Her hands didn't shake, her motions weren't learned, they were drilled into muscle memory. That night, whispers spread. "She's not normal. Special forces, maybe." But Olivia stayed silent. The next day's 10-mile terrain run broke more than muscles. At mile 5, Tara's jealousy snapped. She nudged Olivia's arm, sending her tumbling off path. Captain Harrow saw it. Mitchell broke formation, squad loses points. Lance cursed her, the group glared. Olivia just nodded, got up, and ran 5 extra laps alone. By the end, her breath came ragged, her shirt soaked. No one offered her water. Tara tossed an empty bottle at her feet. "Hydrate with air," she sneered. Olivia crushed it silently and threw it away. Then came the breaking point. A night combat simulation. Flares lit the sky. Shouts echoed through the training yard. Marcus, loud, stocky, desperate for dominance, yanked her rope barrier loose and laughed. "Guess you're not cut out for this, huh?" Olivia rebuilt it, methodical, ignoring the dirt he kicked on her hands. When the drill ended, Marcus's section failed inspection, his barrier loose. No one saw Olivia near it, but Alina, quiet and watchful, hid a knowing smile. That night, Olivia sat on her bunk and pulled a worn photograph from her pack, a blurred man in a black jacket, her younger self beside him. She traced the image with her thumb, a promise, a ghost. The next morning, the rifle range. 5 shots, 400 meters. One by one, cadets missed their targets, curses echoing in the wind. Olivia stepped up, her breath slowed, her eyes narrowed. 5 shots. 5 bullseyes. The colonel watching went still. That trigger work, Ghost Viper's precision. Lance scoffed, "So she can shoot, big deal." But when the range officer found her scope misaligned, his voice dropped. She adjusted for every shot, by instinct. The camp began to shift, whispers turned into questions. But not enough to stop the mock combat test. Lance volunteered, eager to crush the mystery girl. The whistle blew, he lunged, grabbed her by the collar and slammed her against the wall. The fabric tore from her back and silence fell. Ink black coiled deadly. A viper wrapped around a shattered skull. The colonel's face drained of color. He stepped forward, voice trembling. "Who gave you the right to wear that mark?" Olivia's gaze didn't waver. "I didn't ask for it. Ghost Viper gave it to me, 6 years under his command." The colonel straightened and saluted. The camp froze. No one else bore that mark except his final student. The stories had been whispers, a covert unit erased from record, soldiers trained in silence and shadow. Lance stumbled back, jaw slack. Tara turned pale. From that moment, everything changed. Captain Harrow called the yard to attention. "Effective immediately," he announced, voice firm. "Olivia Mitchell is honorary instructor. You'll learn from her." No one argued. She didn't gloat, didn't smile, just pulled her torn shirt closed and walked off, quiet as ever. After that, the laughter stopped. The jeers turned to questions. Tara, once smug, now followed Olivia's drills in silence. Lance disappeared, reassigned to a desk job after a quiet review. During strategy class, when Major Clean challenged Olivia's note-taking, Olivia calmly pointed out a fatal flaw in the plan on the board. She walked forward, adjusted the formation with quick strokes, and said, "Your flank is exposed. You'd lose half your unit." The room went silent. Clean blinked, then nodded, noted. Respect, once grudging, began to take root. Then one day, a black pickup rolled into camp. A man stepped out, tall, broad-shouldered, face carved from stone. The colonel saluted him immediately. "General Raid," he said. The name rippled through the recruits. The man's eyes found Olivia. They softened just slightly. "You didn't have to come," she said quietly. "Yes," he replied, "I did." The colonel's voice carried. "This is General Thomas Reed, Olivia's husband." Gasps. The two walked off together, their steps measured, their bond unspoken. Olivia didn't return. Her name stayed on the roster, but the bunk she'd occupied remained empty, a silent legend. Weeks later, a video surfaced, Tara mocking Olivia. It went viral. Her sponsorship gone, career over. Lance's reassignment turned permanent, his record stained. The others carried quieter scars, shame, regret, and the memory of a woman who didn't need to raise her voice to command respect. They told her story in whispers, about the cadet who came from nowhere, stood tall in silence, and carried the mark of Ghost Viper. Not a myth, not a legend, A promise. A reminder that strength doesn't shout, it endures. And for every soul ever told they don't belong, Olivia's shadow stands beside them, whispering the truth. Hold your ground, you're enough.